We hope that you're having a great time watching. This is our story series. My name is Jana Johnson, and I'm joined by...
I'm Keanne Armstrong, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be here with you during the holiday season.
As we're talking about all the different stories that have been told, so many wonderful memories come up.
Oh yeah, I can just recall some of the feelings that we've gotten from these different places, like Evelyn Gym in Paris. I mean, it was like the presence of Ernie Evelyn was right there in the gym, and we produced 3 days of recordings in that gym, and it was just remarkable.
It was remarkable. They had 44 stories, which that's the most that we've ever had. We'll probably never do 44 stories, but it was great. I mean, the Paris community, gosh, they were so excited about doing the stories, and they just kept on adding more and more and more. So it became a great opportunity for us to really connect with Paris.
Some of the other stories that come to mind, the coffee shop story in Arcola, what a neat thing. And the coffee cups are still on display in the depot there. That is like their tourism area. So if you want to see those, make sure you travel to those. But you have to watch the show first, and in order to do that, you need to get a copy of it.
For $75, we would be happy to send you a copy of your choice of one of the 10 communities. They're $75 each. If you'd like more than one, they end up being $60. So you can get 2 for $120, 3 for $180.
Something else that I remember, I'm a hometown girl from Casey, and we produced a program on Casey. The oil industry was so interesting to me. I had no idea that Casey was built like that. I mean, I knew all the oil wells and the pumps and everything was around between Casey and Westfield, but I had no idea that that was such a boom town back in the day.
It's crazy, and even people that live in these communities, when they're watching their community, they're like, I've lived here my entire life. I had no idea. One of the stories from Charleston that I will never forget, I just had a great pleasure of interviewing Bob Inyart, and the Inyart family owned a shoe store in downtown Charleston forever and ever. And to sit down with Mr. Inyart and actually interview him, he's well into his 90s now, and what a pleasure it was and a joy for me to help record his story. His dad's the one that started it, and I think his grandpa was involved with it as well, but that was a cool story.
I can hear his voice still. He has one of those voices that just stick with you, and we've produced lots of stories on family businesses and different ways that they've been a part of building their community. And just the National Road is sort of a story that's followed through with Effingham and Marshall and some different towns that we've produced. Lincoln history has been in a number of our communities that we've produced this series on.
I mean, every community that we've gone to, we've learned so much. And something on the fun side, Raggedy Ann, where did that come from?
Yeah, and speaking of that, she dressed up in the Raggedy Ann costume. That was the daughter of the creator of Raggedy Ann, and so she is a part of the Arcola program. We've had other reenactors. There was one about the National Road in Effingham.
And the lady in Shelbyville told the story about the first female that had invented a dishwasher, and she was from Shelbyville.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool story.
Okay, well that brings some more things to mind, because in Paris, remember the hog ring story?
Yes, that was great.
And there was this wire that was used, and almost everything that it could be used for started out as hog rings, and then it became used in dishwashers and different appliances and on trucks and cars. And there wasn't anywhere in the world that you could go that this type of wire wasn't used, and it started as a hog ring in Paris, Illinois. And you can hear about it on the Paris DVD.
It's just crazy. And then we talk about Mattoon. What are a couple that we've had from there?
Well, the depot,
the
park, the pool, lots of history in Mattoon.
And it's really interesting when we do a story, and of course we show a lot of photographs, and we'll have people connect with us and go, wow, I was in that program and I didn't even know it because I was in that pool. When that picture that you all got from the history of Mattoon Pool, they were in it. And so that's kind of a cool thing too.
Yeah, some different stories in Charleston about the music and the teenage clubs and different things like that back in the day.
Everybody remembers Ted's Warehouse here in Charleston, and it really originated from another story from somebody else from the Hutton family, starting having a lot of teenagers in their barn and just given a place for teenagers to have a safe party or something like that.
Yeah, and something else, another invention that I remember is in Shelbyville, the hay baler.
Oh, that was a neat one.
The chief of police told that story because his family was part of that. So it's memories like this that we're remembering during the holiday season, because these storytellers have shared these stories with us, and they're sharing them with you now over our broadcasts.
And with that said, if you've been watching this weekend and you're like, wow, I want a copy of one of the programs. We have 10 different programs. We did Effingham, Mattoon, Charleston, Paris, Marshall,
Arcola, Arthur, Shelbyville, Casey,
and Tuscola.
Yes,
so
Tuscola.
If you want any of those, they're $75 for one. Any more than that, they end up being $60 a piece. And like I said earlier, the number's on the bottom of your screen, but if you want to call and actually talk to me one day during the week, when during our regular business hours, give me a call at 217-581-9348.
Talking about Tuscola, it reminds me of Terry Miller. He was a pro football player, and he talked about the game that was never played. He came up from Lexington, Kentucky to tell this story, and it's a great story, but we also heard some backstories about his grandfather, shared lots of memories with him. We also had a storyteller come back to Charleston from Mississippi, I believe.
Right.
So we've had people come in from all over the world, all over the United States, to share these stories, and we're so thrilled to be able to broadcast these to you all over the United States.
Now, if you're sitting there right now and you're saying, wow, I love that WEIU TV has taken the time and the effort to really connect with these 10 communities. We absolutely love what we do here at WEIU, and we wouldn't trade it for the world. The relationships we've built, we want those relationships with you as well as our viewer and as our donors. The phone number's at the bottom of the screen. If you'd like a DVD, it's $75 for one or $60 for two or more.
So give us a call or go online, and we hope you enjoy the holiday season.
Have a happy holiday.